right, welcome to DC2B Revolution, where students are thinking big to live large. I'm Noah Volz, I'm your host today, and I have the unique opportunity to talk to Dr. Sandy out in Chester, Virginia. She is a powerful, passionate, progressive chiropractor, and I'm really excited that you're here. Thanks for joining me.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, so we'll jump right in. I have seen that you have been involved in this great program called Wellness Champions, and
Yes.
I was hoping that you could talk a little bit about that, what that is, what the goal of that is, and kind of the story behind it.
Wellness Champions is a group of committed doctors who go into area businesses and just any place basically where there are people to speak about wellness issues. We go in as wellness experts, and after we have won our audience over, then we have the opportunity to tell them a little bit about chiropractic. Because if you look at the general public and you let them know right off the bat you're a chiropractor, as a student in chiropractic, you probably have already seen this. There's some preconceived ideas as to the questions are going to be in people's minds right away. Kind of like if you picture an accountant. Do you picture a guy with long hair and a scruffy beard, or do you picture a guy in a white shirt with pens in his pocket, kind of thing? So the same kind of thing happens with chiropractors. So we go into the group as a wellness expert, speaking on whatever topic it is that group wants to learn about, and then turn that into a chiropractic lecture afterwards. The program was started by Brad Glowacki out in California, and he is probably the best communicator in chiropractic today. So he actually is running a student program the first weekend in December, I believe. So it might be something you guys are interested in looking into.
Awesome. In that student program, is he teaching people how to be better communicators, or is that specific to kind of wellness champions and communicating these wellness topics that are relevant to different businesses?
Yes, to all of that.
Okay.
Specifically, he's going to be teaching the 10-minute lecture, but he's also going to be teaching you how to be a better communicator so that you can not only get some good information into the public, but close the deal as well.
Awesome. And most of what you've learned in terms of your communication, your ability to close the deal, has that come from him, or have you had other influences that have kind of helped craft your communication expertise?
It's a little bit of everything. I've been in practice. This is my 26th year. I've only been with the Wellness Champions, I don't know, 7 or 8 years. I have been with them since they started. So you could look it up and find out exactly when they started. But I have also found that speaking is the best way to reach the public. If you're looking, you guys don't even know what a Yellow Pages is, but if you're looking in the Yellow Pages, it's for a specific purpose. If you see a big sign on the road, if you don't think you need a chiropractor, you're not going to dial that number. Whereas if I can go in and educate a group of people about what chiropractic really is, now all of a sudden, oh, I do need a chiropractor.
Yeah, and I'm just curious, you've been in practice for so long. Have you seen people's needs change over that time, over the last 26 years? Did you find that early on you were doing talks on one subject and now the subjects are very different, or have people's needs basically stayed consistent throughout that time?
The needs are pretty much the same. I mean, most groups are interested in nutrition, how to stay young, exercise, stress relief. That's probably one of the biggest lectures that I do. So those are usually the primary topics we get. If I'm speaking to a group of moms, I'll talk more about how you can keep a child healthy without much intervention, things like that as well.
Awesome. All great topics. So let's shift gears a little bit here. I know that in addition to the Wellness Champions, you've also been involved with an organization called the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress. And I know very little about that. So I was wondering if you could share a little bit about your involvement in that organization and what the vision and the mission and the purpose of that is.
My involvement is pretty much just that I send them money every month. But the reason I do that is because they're a group that's run more from outside of chiropractic and informing the public as to what we do. So they run ads in major magazines. Every once in a while in various markets, they'll have some sort of TV spot, but they're just designed to get the public to know more about chiropractic than just back pain. They have a lot of high name recognition people that they talk to. They have a general, they have sports stars and things like that. And whenever you see a picture of somebody with a football, it gets your attention and you realize, oh, he's not just talking about my football injury, he's talking about my performance level. So it's a great way to, I mean, advertising is super expensive. So where there's enough doctors across the country, probably even across the world at this point, that support what they do so that they can get that in major magazines like Men's Health.
Awesome. And are you aware of any ways that students can get involved with that organization or be a part of that in any way?
The membership is very inexpensive. Most students can probably afford it. So yes, you can do that, but and then they also have a lot of information on their website that is available to the public. So use it.
Awesome. Perfect. That's super helpful. And you mentioned, that your main involvement with them is giving them money. It seems like you are very altruistic and philanthropic. And so I wonder if you could talk about how you choose to which chiropractic organizations you choose to invest in, or why you choose the ones that you choose.
Well, chiropractic has afforded me a pretty perfect life. I met my husband in chiropractic school. So, I mean, starting from day one, we met the first day of school. Chiropractic has always given to me. I have a fabulous practice. I've got a beautiful house. I've got 2 kids in chiropractic school now. So how can I not give back to that? So number one, I support organizations that support what I do. I also want to make sure that whatever organization I support is very philosophically grounded, because that's what sets us apart and makes us different than the PT down the street or the manual medicine guy down the street. It's not what I do. I adjust subluxations, and as a result, we see amazing changes. And I take care of chiropractic about a bad back. It's about spine and nervous system. I support the ICA. I support the ICPA. I support my state association. I'm very, very involved with my university. I'm actually on the board of trustees. Very student-centered in what I do, because anytime I can inspire a student to do what I do, that touches that many more people.
Awesome. Yeah, and that's the perfect segue to my next question, because I feel like you are such a leader in your community, and everything that you've mentioned about really getting involved and being involved, with your alma mater and all of that. And so what advice do you have for students who want to be leaders in their communities or leaders in chiropractic? What would you recommend to them?
Start. Any opportunity you have to be involved in leadership, do that now. Believe it or not, as busy as you are now, you're sitting around doing nothing compared to when you get out and practice and have to work for a living. So the more practice you can get, the more you can rub elbows with people who are successful. Whether it be there's a program that comes into your school on a regular basis, go to those programs and meet the doctors there. Be involved in whatever clubs at school. Get involved in student leadership on campus. So the more you do that now, the better practice and more prepared you'll be to do that when you go out into practice.
Yeah, perfect. I know a lot of students, at least on the Life West campus, who definitely live by that. And I think sometimes their studies may struggle a little bit because of their engagement and involvement and their commitment to just being not only leaders in chiropractic, but leaders in their community. So thanks for reiterating how important that is.
one of the interesting things that you will find is that the majority of people who are the super top echelon of the class generally are not the ones that are most successful in practice. My daughter is a perfect example. She's the president of, I think, 4 different clubs. She's involved with even more than that. She's just going all the time, and she almost never makes an A. She makes mostly Bs. So she does what work she needs to get her classwork done and be good at it. But she's expanded her educational opportunity way past the classroom. And she's a year from graduating. She's already been offered a job, and she's supposed to come work for me first.
You better seal that deal fast.
Yeah. Well, it's an opportunity for her to go overseas, so I don't know if she'll, I mean, when else do you get an opportunity to do something like that?
Yeah, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. That sounds really great. Great. So last question for you is, how do people get in touch with you if they want to learn more about what you're doing, if they want to just, hear more of your voice? What is the best way for people to find you?
The easiest thing is to send me an email, and that's bacdoc1@gmail.com. My cell phone number is 804-898-1794. I don't answer my phone during the day when I'm with patients, so it's probably easier to send me a text. And then my office number is 804-796-3221. My doors are always open to students. I know that most of you are probably West Coasters, but if you're ever out on the East Coast and you want to follow a doctor around, come on. Call me first, though.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much. Well, thank you, Dr. Sandy Elbaum. This is DC2B Revolution. We're investing in the future of chiropractic and really trying to help give students the knowledge that they need to be successful, to open the practice of their dreams, and to help the chiropractic profession flourish. So if you like this video, please share it with your friends, comment in the comments below, and thank you once again for being here with me today.
It's been fun.